Welcome to Vamonos Pod, a Breaking Bad fancast. Join us, two obsessive bisexuals, as we break down each episode week by week, diving into every little detail and leaving no stone left unturned. This podcast contains strong language, mature themes, and spoilers for all 5 seasons of the show. So, if you haven't finished it, get the fuck out while you still can. Please get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
We are here. This is the first episode. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Of the Vamonos Podcast. Yes.
Hi, I'm Dom. I'm here.
I'm not gonna keep these glasses on the whole time because they hurt my eyes.
Yes, distracting.
So we're just gonna have. And who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed like I put together a pretty shit costume of Badger. With this
Badger.
I've got myself a knitted hat.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be trash for like 300 episodes before we get to it. Okay, right.
That's how it works.
Okay, right. I am the less experienced co-host, if you haven't noticed. I live in England. It's my city.
Wow, dated reference.
Yeah.
Dated. And my name is Dell, and I am dressed as Walter, what's his middle name?
Hartwell.
Walter Hartwell. Wait, I didn't put my glasses on.
Hartwell White.
Walter Hartwell White.
Oh my god, it's him.
It is the one. Oh shit. It is the one who knocks. Since I met you, Dom, I've pretty much been wanting to start a podcast. I think we both have been wanting to start a podcast for like several years now.
Oh, I mean, don't we all? Like, ain't that the dream?
It is the dream for every straight white person.
Oh yeah.
Straight white men. I think that's where we come.
Yeah, we're sticking it to the straight white men making their boring podcasts by making our own.
Yes.
You know, like a cool women and non-binary boring podcast.
I think that's the funniest part about Breaking Bad, us talking about Breaking Bad, is because we're not really like the target audience.
Yeah, I don't think that we're like the stereotypical Breaking Bad fan is very much like white boy who really fucking like he bought the Breaking Bad posters from the shops.
Did you ever have any Breaking Bad merch at all?
No, I never did. I think it kind of died out by the time I started watching it properly. There was like a dozen cool epic posters of like Walter White looking really serious, high contrast, like staring at the camera.
Have you heard of the film from like centuries ago called The Great Train Robbery?
The Great Train Robbery.
It's like a 5-minute film.
It's 5 minutes?
And it's like all silent. It's shorter than that. It's It's like a really... if it's the one I think I'm talking about, but there's a poster of a guy. It's because he's called Guy Pointing a Gun at the Camera, and all of the and all of the Walter White marketing is based off of that poster.
Damn.
Like it's literally just him, and he's got this exact hat, and he's got this beard, and he's holding a gun. He's going like this.
Oh my god. I gotta check this out. Also, I always heard people talking about the Great Train Robbery and I thought it was like a whole film. And to find out that it was like...
But I think it's like one of the first ever like films ever made, and it's like 10 minutes or something. If it's the one I think I'm talking about.
Damn.
It's this one. Can you see?
Oh, this guy. Oh, he drinks whiskey. It looks to me like there have been 100 like versions of the Great Train Robbery, which I guess doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the remakes were starting even from fucking God knows when.
God, we sound so uneducated. We're here to talk about cinema.
Thank God we didn't do a film podcast. My relationship with Breaking Bad, because I was quite young. I think when did it start? 2008. 2009?
Okay.
2009, I think. And that was like the beginning of like big television. Like Game of Thrones was coming out that year, Sons of Anarchy. Like that was like the everything was happening.
TV was really blowing up.
Yeah, and I never fucking watched it because I was like 7 or 8 years old. So of course I never watched it. But my parents did. And I was just like, oh yeah, I knew it existed. And I was like on the Glee I was on the Glee train at the time. Glee was my world.
Ooh.
I did not explore anything outside of Glee. And then like I think it must have been like 2012. But it was that the episode of the Fly episode?
The Fly episode.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I can't wait to talk about the Fly episode.
I know. Oh my god, there's so many episodes I'm so excited to talk about. But we're going to settle on the pilot for this episode. But then, so the Fly episode came out, and my mom and dad really, like, they didn't dislike it, but they were like, whoa, what was that? And then my mom said, isn't it, like, apparently there are so many bloggers online talking about the Fly episode, like, in such amazing detail. Like, wow. And so that was when I was like, people are talking about a show.
People are talking about a show.
People are having discussions about TV. That's so weird.
This is the first time you weren't just like, I don't care. Winter's coming. What the fuck are you guys talking about? I just want to know if Britney will get over being overshadowed by Britney Spears.
Oh my god, you watched Glee too?
I saw one episode and I remember that like vividly.
You watched the Britney Spears episode?
I think I remember my mum must have been watching it when it was happening. So I got like the occasional bit of Glee. I was always
amazing.
Like, ew. Singing on TV. Get out of here, Mum. Shut up. I want to go watch Doctor Who.
Then I knew what Breaking Bad was. And at this point, maybe after the show finished, this was like 2014, I got really into Sons of Anarchy, like incredibly into it. And then that spawned like my need to watch like every crime show on the fucking planet that was on in 2014.
I really you with I'm sorry for interrupting, but like watching you talking about how you got into Sons of Anarchy with the beard and the hat on is just fucking priceless. Like,
it's true. This is what I loved.
You look like a guy whose life peaked when he watched Sons of Anarchy.
Then I started watching Breaking Bad. And I binged it until the last, like, 3 episodes of the season. Keep in mind, I'm 14 years old.
Yeah.
Then I just randomly was like, actually, I don't want to watch anymore. And then I never finished the show, like, ever. I never finished it.
Damn.
But I remember liking it and thinking it was good, but I never finished it. I never knew what happened. Flashback to pandemic 2020 times. A friend of mine recommended Better Call Saul. And like really recommended, was like, have you seen Breaking Bad? And I was like, yes, but I never finished it. I don't think I'd get Better Call Saul. And they're like, no, you have to watch Better Call Saul, it's so good. And they were like so persistent, they're like, you have to. And then I watched all of Better Call Saul up to the point it's at now, so season 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I fucking loved it. I thought it was so amazing, and I couldn't believe I never finished Breaking Bad.
I know, right?
And also, when I was watching Better Call Saul, I like didn't know, I forgot what happened in Breaking Bad. So it felt like a new show, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
And it was really, really weird.
I've always wondered, like, what it would be like for a person to watch Better Call Saul first.
Yeah, it was still good. The only people that I like obviously knew, I knew who Saul was, but I completely forgot everything about his character. And I knew who Gus was. Gus was probably the only thing where I was like, I remember who this is. Like, obviously, he plays like a huge part in Breaking Bad.
He had a major impression. Like,
but Mike forgot literally everything about him.
Sorry, Mike.
Tuco forgot everything about him. I remember when we watched the first episode of Better Call Saul, and my friend was like, oh, you know who that is? And I was like, I don't fucking remember who that is.
Dude with a gun, huh? All right.
And it just proves how good Better Call Saul is, but that's for our other side of the podcast.
Yeah.
And then once I got up to date with Better Call Saul, I went back and I binged through all of Breaking Bad, and I finished it, and I loved it. So good. For so many reasons. And then I watched El Camino, and I wanted to fucking die. But that's for a different...
Can I can I make a little confession in the confession booth?
Have you
right
not
now?
seen El Camino?
I haven't. I've never seen El Camino.
Don't watch it. Don't see it.
Oh,
Don't.
hot take.
I mean,
Is this a hot take? I don't know
No, it's
anything
not. It's
about
not a
it.
hot take. People like the community doesn't love El Camino.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we can get to that like another time, but
yeah. But watch it on your own time if you want to. But I think it deteriorates the end of Breaking Bad like quite a bit. Also, it's 10 years later, so no offense, Aaron Paul, you've packed on a couple, and everyone, it's very clear. I'm sorry, Jesse Plemons, you've packed on a couple, and it's really clear.
Wait, is it like set 10 years later?
No, it's set immediately after the end of Felina.
Oh man. Like right after when he's driving off into the fucking into the
Because remember, he
void.
drives away in an El Camino.
He does drive away in an El Camino. Something which I had no idea what El Camino like meant for fucking years. I was like, why are people talking about El Caminos?
Yeah. So that's my relationship with Breaking Bad. Dom, what is your relationship with Breaking Bad?
Okay, so my Breaking Bad journey started a bit later than yours.
Okay.
I think I was probably about 15, and a friend of mine was like telling me about Breaking Bad, like, I love this show, you've got to check this show out. And he finally talked me into it. At this point, I was totally riding the wave of Lost, and I will not apologize for that.
Lost.
So I was mad into Lost, and we made a deal that like after school some days we'd go to his and we'd watch like an episode or two of this Breaking Bad, and we'd also I'd bring over my DVD box set of Lost, which I borrowed from my dad. And I think the first like problem with my first viewing was that he introduced it to me like it was a black comedy, like a really dark but
interesting,
mainly funny. So as this there's a surreal nature to the show, and a lot of that was there's a lot of like discomfort in lots of scenes, that because he was being like, this is funny, I was like, oh, okay, this is funny.
What's funny though is I would consider the first season to be the funniest out of all of them.
It is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
The couple times I remember it the most was when we first meet Hector Salamanca, and my mate's like, you're gonna love Hector, he's so I fucking love Hector. This is a lad who does not know who Hector Salamanca is, for starters. Like, I bet you ate those words later, huh? He's just a furious old man who rings a bell, and I'm like, yeah, I can get into this. Furious old man, fucking hates the cops, shits himself. Legend, fucking mad lad. But the point that I really remember being totally disconcerting was when I watched I'm just gonna call it like the tequila shots pool scene at the party, when he's like peer pressuring his son into doing shots, as he's like, I don't know what his fucking deal is, man, but he's spiraling or whatever and being a dick. And when I was watching it with my mate, it was like, this is so, God, what a weird guy. this is like such a dark comedy. And then I watched it like we never finished the show. I never finished watching it because he got a hold of his own box set of Lost.
Wait, before we continue, do you want me to bleep out that name?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I should, but yeah.
Just in case. I bleep out every name I say.
Yeah, so he got his own box set of Lost, and we were in like the season 3 pits where he's just like spending every day just being angry at everyone for no reason. It's like a little bit of a dip where you're like, can I be bothered to watch whether or not the audit goes
He's
wrong?
He's just angry at everyone.
He's just like, I can't believe you're not paying me anything. You look how much you're making off me. Jesse, we've got to seize the means of production. And everyone's like, Walt, just fucking do this, like, 3 weeks work or whatever, make the man some meth, and then live the rest of your life fine. Like, he won't kill you, it's fine. But that was the point when it trailed off, and I never watched it again for, like, years. And then I watched it with my dad. I fucking loved it, blew our minds, finished it in, like, 6 weeks. Went on to Better Call Saul pretty soon after, also fucking amazing. Last year we rewatched Breaking Bad, and now we're rewatching Better Call Saul, which is why I was, like, so into this as when you pitched it to me. I was like, I would love to talk about my opinions about this show for, like, ever.
Because it's just, I feel like it's like you could just spiral talking about even stuff that happens in every 10 minutes. Like, you know
Honestly,
what I mean? Like,
there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it's just such a truly powerful show, and there's so much to talk about, and I'm very, very excited.
Me too. So,
today we're going to be covering the pilot, and before we kind of go by, like, you know, event by event, I have some fun facts that I think are cool to, like, jet start the episode with.
Wait, I'm going to test you with some trivia. What is the pilot called?
Pilot?
You got it.
But funnily enough, the pilot episode for Better Call Saul is called Uno.
It is. That's fun.
The pilot episode is the first episode that gave Bryan Cranston his first Emmy.
You got an Emmy for the first
Emmy award
episode?
For the pilot, yeah.
Damn.
Like, you know the scene where he goes to the car wash and Bogdan is, like, yelling at someone on the phone?
Yeah.
Apparently in Romanian, he says, "What I said, you idiot, is you have to be here at 8 a.m. You make me sick. Go to hell."
That's classic Bogdan.
Classic Bogdan. I love it.
Bogdan's just out there just serving it, you know?
Yeah, he's got his eyebrows on fleek. Just, like, you know, despite the criticism,
boss.
He flares them with pride. I think you probably know about this fact, and I'm not exactly sure how accurate it is because there are different sources that say different things. Okay. But apparently, Jesse's character was supposed to be killed off in the pilot, and I know which part of the pilot he was supposed to die, and I will tell you that in a second. But then they've shot the pilot, and then they did, like, a screen test, and the audiences that they used to test liked Jesse so much within the first, like, half of the episode that they changed their minds. So that's why there's, like, a scene toward the end where you could tell Jesse was supposed to die, and then they just went, "Oh yeah, let's quickly reshoot this," like, you know. The test audience that they used was actually it was just Skinny Pete, Badger, and the other guy. Sorry, other guy. The other guy. What was his name?
Damn, what's his name? I can't forget his name. A man lost his life.
I want to say Chubby.
No.
But I don't think that's
I know his name wasn't Big Ounce, but that's all I can think of right now.
We'll figure out his name. Don't worry. Justice for him.
No. Just edit his name in the edit.
Okay.
We've got it.
Oh, yeah. Skinny Pete, Badger, and
Combo.
Yeah, that guy. He's my favorite.
Yeah, we love him. During Walt's surprise birthday party, Hank stands up to toast and takes Walt's drink out of his hand to raise, and that was Bryan Cranston's idea.
I never noticed that on my watch.
Yeah, me neither. This is...
He takes Walt's drink out of his hand to do the toast. That's fucking so perfect. Funny. That is such good characterization. It's so Hank.
A lot of trivia I found was just that it's so funny. Vince Gilligan was impressed by how the description was, "I'm surprised by how little vanity Bryan Cranston has. Like, he really, like, gets down in the dirty," which I think is translation for, "Wow, Bryan Cranston's not afraid to be a stanky bitch on set." I can really appreciate that. And
not
apparently
taking
he was
showers,
doing, like,
all that shit.
Really unnecessarily, like, stanky behavior. And Vince Gilligan was like, "Yeah, that really happened." So
you're telling me that Bryan Cranston was just a dirty, filthy boy all the time on set?
And apparently, like, they gave him the option for, like, having a naked, like, not naked, but, like, you know when he's in his underwear?
Oh yeah.
They gave him an option to get, like, a body double for when he's in his underwear, and Bryan Cranston went, "Nope," and then just took his pants off. and was like, I'll do it.
I know frighteningly little about Bryan Cranston, but the man does sound like a G.
Mm-hmm.
I was
He
like,
does.
yeah, hey, Dick's out for Breaking Bad.
The show was originally planned to take place in Riverside, California, but was moved to New Mexico because the state offered a tax rebate on production, which is interesting because I think the setting of Albuquerque does so much for the show.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like if it was set in California.
In California.
Yeah.
The geography has like a huge impact on the show's like style and vibe, and
Yeah.
I can't imagine it in any place else.
The idea of it not being set in Albuquerque is wild to me. Before we start, I have to pose the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, I don't know if you knew this is my bit of trivia that I'm bringing to the table, is that Jeff Bezos is from Albuquerque?
Is he?
Yeah, he was born in Albuquerque. Do you think that he's like a bit jealous that he's not the most notorious bald nutcase who like kills all his employees from Albuquerque, New Mexico? Like, if he's like,
I was wondering where you're going with this.
he goes there and he's like, oh, do they have a plaque for me? And there's just like a statue of Walter Hartwell White looking all epic in the town square, and he's like, wow, I'm the richest fucking man in the world. Why, I've killed way more people than Walter White.
I killed way more people than Walter. You know, actually, I looked up a death count. Walter White is responsible for over 200 deaths throughout the whole show.
Damn.
And that's excluding the people on the planes.
Excluding the plane? Jesus Christ. I'm assuming, are we excluding all of the meth deaths?
Yeah, that's excluding those.
I was gonna say, like, that's gotta be thousands, right? Like, in the long run.
Because they went to Europe by the end of the show.
Yeah, it was like in 3 goddamn continents, at least.
Now that we've discussed Jeffrey Bezos' role in this, shall we begin with
the
cold open of this pilot? You know when you know what something is, but you don't like know what something is, you have to Google it to like assure that you know what it is.
Oh, right, for that.
I had that quality with the term cold open.
I tried to explain cold open to one of my parents last year, and I realized I didn't really know what a cold open was. I just hang out with Brooklyn Nine-Nine fans is the truth.
Because I always described a cold open as something that immediately brings you into the world, like doesn't really have like a slow intro.
Yeah.
But the technical description for a cold open is something that takes place before any credits. So technically every TV show has a cold open.
Oh, they've all got cold opens now.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, cold opening shot. I always hear people talking about how important the opening shot is for a film or show.
Yes, I've seen many a video essay.
And I gotta say, and I've noted down like the first 4 shots of the show.
Tell us.
That is cacti.
Cacti.
Rocks. Blue sky. Slow motion. Trousers.
Is it slow motion or is just the wind?
Oh, maybe it's just the wind.
Maybe it is slow motion.
I was trying to be super like atmospheric there, and you were like, maybe it's not slow motion. I was like, this is what happened because that's how I remembered it, actually.
Fair enough. Which
is why Walter White is so cool, is because I only remember the cool bits.
Right.
Usually I hear people talk about how important the opening shot is and why like the opening shot will tell you a lot about it. And I'm like, I was thinking, what the fuck does the cactuses and the rocks and trousers tell me about Breaking Bad? And I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they don't. I think maybe the point is that it doesn't tell us much, and that's what it's telling us.
Maybe. I mean, it was like cryptic, which they like. Gilligan does fucking love a good cryptic opening.
What's funny is that I think that his writing style does kind of evade like certain, writing theory. You know what I mean? But it still kind of has a structure to it, and I felt that with this opening shot because it definitely felt like those kind of opens where everything is like so incredibly vague, but like that doesn't matter because what's happening is insane. So you're just distracted by like how insane it is. So like you just like, what the fuck is going on? Who's the guy in the front seat? Why is he naked or pantless or whatever?
What the fuck's that in the back of the van? What is happening? Was he running from? Yeah.
And I think that it sets up to make you be like, how did this poor old man get into this poor old situation?
Oh, this poor guy. He's not guilty because he says this is not an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
Which is
Walter
the
Hartwell
first step in a man who never admits guilt ever.
Oh my god. Literally,
yeah.
To no one. Oh my god.
That's like the start of an extremely good pattern of him pretty much every single time something bad happens, he's like shifts the blame onto other people, which I find very interesting.
And also it kind of mirrors the thing that he does to Hank at the end of the show when he makes that like fake confession.
Oh yeah, it does. Man, really seeing how the character evolves into the kind of guy who would do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to see from the opening scene that he would be that fucked up.
Especially because he's so like full of fear.
Yeah, he's fucking terrified. He's like honestly like that point where he's totally out of his depth and everything.
Especially because I recently watched through the whole series and then immediately went back and watched the first episode again.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get that like fearful Walter for a long time after like season 2-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
like,
sort of
like we kind of get that like panicky version of him that is like that he just grows out of the more power that he thinks he gets, and it's just it's kind of, it feels good knowing that there's a moment where he like experienced fear.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
think he does start off as the what do they call it? Audience person you're supposed to relate to the most.
I don't know what the name is, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, like Sherlock Holmes is the protagonist, but John Watson is like the person you're supposed to be like following him around like you're John Watson.
Yeah.
And then he kind of turns into the protagonist, and then like the other characters end up being more of the audience thingies.
Yeah, definitely.
We are experts in the field.
We're so good at this. But then we get the intro like sequence with the like
yeah.
We know exactly what this sounds like. Flashback rather, 3 weeks earlier, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the pilot takes place over 3 fucking weeks.
Oh shit. I hadn't thought about that.
You know, we get shots of him waking up really early in the morning, or is it early in the morning or in the middle of the night?
I think he wakes up in the night at one point.
Yeah, and he does like these weird little exercises on this little pedally thing. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it's a little walk-in exercise machine, yeah.
And then we get like shots of like baby stuff. Like I guess we're like getting in the know of like, oh, he got some kids, like.
Yeah, contributor to research awarded the Nobel Prize, little poster.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he like stares at and feels like he hasn't achieved enough.
Then we wake up and it is his 50th birthday, yes. And we get the veggie bacon.
I have thoughts about the veggie bacon scene. This is the first time we meet his family, and they like squabble, and his overbearing bitch wife trying to make him eat veggie bacon because it's good for him. He's a red-blooded fucking American.
The beginning of the Skylar hate.
Eating veggie bacon on his 50th birthday.
It tastes like Band-Aids.
Oh yeah, it smells like a used Band-Aid.
It smells like a used Band-Aid, that was it. That's what Walt Jr. said.
That is iconic.
But yeah, we meet Skylar and Walt Jr. We learn about their money problems early because this does take place in a post-US crash time. And we learn about that. Yeah. So this is right after the crash, like a year after the crash.
Yeah, they've got like no hot water, or like very little. Like he's like, yeah, can't get any hot water, and she's like, well, if you get up early, maybe you could get the hot water, sweetie. I don't know how old RJ Mitty is in this first season.
I think he was 20.
Yeah,
He's
because
quite
he's
young.
already playing a younger character than he is, but giving him that kind of...
Throughout the whole show, Walt Jr.'s like dialogue delivery is very like childlike.
Mm,
And I always thought like maybe the actor struggles with speech. Maybe that's just
right.
And then I looked up interviews with RJ Mitty, and he's like the most like well spoken, like like speaks like with so much vocabulary, and I just wonder why he speaks like a 5-year-old on the show.
I guess, you've got to compensate for your, like, clearly 21-year-old body and face. Like,
Maybe. But there's like a episode in like season 4 where Junior's like, what's going on? What? Yeah. Wait, why do you have that? What's going on? And I'm just like, oh my god, Junior, like come on. You're like 16, sweetie, come on.
yeah, like I don't want to be
it.
rude, but get a fucking grip, kid. No, he's a fucking great character.
Yeah, and then we get a reveal that Walt has a tendency to work overtime.
Oh yeah.
At a certain place, because Skylar's like, "What time are you getting back?" Normal time, and she's like, "Remember not to work overtime. You work he pays you till 5. You work till 5."
I forgot that for a second that he was working in a car wash, and I just thought, oh well, no, that's just standard teacher shit. My mum works till like 6.
The funny thing is that is standard teacher shit.
Yeah, but like on top of that, he actually gets out early from the teaching, and then, oh fuck, that just reminded me, like the first scene when we meet him at the teaching his class.
Oh my god, no, we're gonna get there. Because there's one more thing I have to say about this scene.
Okay, go on.
And you know the bit where Junior goes, "How does it feel being old?" And then Walt goes, "How does it feel being a smartass?"
Oh,
you know that scene?
That is a good line.
I saw the funniest fucking meme, and I don't know if I'll keep this in or not, because it's not very like friendly, but it was like that scene, and it was like, "How does it feel being old?" And then Walt turns to Junior and goes, "How does it feel having cerebral palsy?" And that fucking killed me. I was like, oh my god, that would be like a completely different...
That would have changed the show drastically, like immediately. Everything would have been different.
Then we move to Walt at school.
Yes.
And Walt Junior goes to the same school he teaches at.
Drops him off.
Then we have Walt teaching his students, and he gets like no disrespect. He gets no respect.
Oh, he gets no respect. He clearly, like, he really loves science and he wants to teach science, but
I never got that he loves science. I always felt like he was trying so hard to wow them and be like this amazing teacher that like makes them fall in love with science.
Yeah,
because
I feel what you
that's
mean.
like what because like he doesn't want kids to learn. He wants them to love him and to
oh shit, that's a good take.
Mean?
That is a good take. I need a little bell to ring when you'd make a good take.
But you just see, like, when that kid is like, "Hey, what's wrong with your desk, Chad?"
Chad! I have notes about Chad. Ahead of the curve, this show.
Honestly, ahead of the curve. What are your notes on Chad?
He's like doing foreplay with this girl. Yeah.
He is. He's like this close to her.
Well, that's because he's a Chad.
True, he is a Chad. And then he's asked to move because Walt asked him, "Hey, what's wrong with your desk?" To which he moves the chair back. And you know those heavy science room chairs? Did you ever have those
yeah,
chairs?
It makes like the loudest fucking noise ever.
Where the legs are heavier than the actual seat.
Yeah.
So he fucking drags that shit, scrapes it along, and
visceral.
You can just see the light coming out of
Walt's
literally
eyes. He's like dying inside. Like,
it's crazy.
The real cancer, he's got the C word, and it stands for Chad.
Chad is the real cancer of this show.
Every time in the show when someone asks Walt why he's doing what he's doing, why he's becoming some big fucking drug kingpin, and at the end he's like, "I just wanted to feel something," he's been lying the whole time. He did this all to prove Chad wrong. This was all to stick it to Chad.
That was his Joker moment. It wasn't when he found out about all this stuff. That was the Joker moment.
This is how he got these scars. Fuck. That is a good way to describe it, his Joker moment. Yes. I like that.
Then he is working at the car wash, and we meet Bogdan, to which we now know on the phone he says, like, "What the fuck?
I'll kill you, you little bitch, coming at 8 a.m. I own your ass.
And then he has to go outside and clean cars because he is a teacher, and the US doesn't, or most countries, but the US specifically doesn't pay teachers very well.
Nah.
And worst fucking part is
it's brutal.
He has to scrub the tires of fucking Chad's
He's
ride.
cleaning this fucking sports car and his Chad's girlfriend's like, oh my god, look who's watching washing your car, Chad. Let me take a picture. And Chad's like, she is the mean girl. Like, they may as well have, like, kicked him and spat on him. It was the most humiliating shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing. I loved it. Then we cut to Walt coming back to his house for his surprise party. Walt is fucking terrified when he walks through the door.
Himself.
He looks so scared. He looks like someone is holding a gun to his face. He looks fucking terrified. I think that is the most fear I've seen in his eyes. Like, he gets the biggest fright of his life. It's so fucking funny, and I die.
God, no wonder all these edgy boys relate to Walter White so much. Like, I would kill someone, but if there was a surprise birthday for me, like, I would fucking shit myself, man. The prospect of having to suddenly socialize with 50 people after 2 different shifts at work.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
I would fucking cause
I would not like to do it.
I would commit murder.
Yeah, I would immediately be like, let's go to the fucking desert, boy. Like, I need to be alone. I need to sit by the pool and burn matches for 3 hours.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. So, then we start to kind of get to know the other characters like Hank and motherfucking Marie.
And also, like, unnamed black woman who Marie's talking to never shows up again.
Oh, yeah. Girl, I forgot about you.
I was, like, watching that and I was like, I wonder if maybe, like, some of these characters were meant to show up more, like, later, but they just sort of never found a way to do it.
But what I love about this is that we get, like, an insight into Marie and Skylar's relationship. And they're so catty.
They are really...
Like, wait. Like, this is the thing. Like, I think the relationship, like, Marie kind of... They changed Marie's character slightly in that she's not really aware or she's in full-on denial of her cattiness. Whereas in this episode, particularly in the first season... She knows she's being catty.
She knows,
like,
100%.
She knows. when that unnamed black woman says, wow, like, you're barely showing. And then Marie says, she's showing a little bit. Oh my god. The best. Betsy, what's the actress's name? Betsy something? Betsy Barn? Betsy Ban? I forgot her name.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry,
it's
girl.
lost on me. All I can think of is Betsy DeVos.
So fucking talented. Not just in this episode, throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
She makes me want to kill her character, then she makes me fall in love with her character.
She's so fucking good. They picked the best goddamn cast for this show.
And then Skylar's face. They're so catty. They're so catty.
It is very, like, true to the early 2000s, because...
Oh, yes. Then as a stark contrast, we get Hank.
Oh yeah, we jumped to the lads in the living room. That was such a good scene.
In my notes I wrote Hank. Just Hank. Because look, oh my god.
He's like, everybody look at how cool my gun is. He gives the gun to Walt Jr. and Walt Jr.'s like, this is so cool, and he's like, it's heavy, isn't it?
This is the thing. You know what? I still don't understand what he means by this. You know how he turns to Walt and says, he does this toast, and he goes, you got a brain the size of Wisconsin. Don't worry, we still love you, or something. What is that? I still don't know what that means.
I think he's just bullying him for being a nerd a little bit.
I thought that he was, like, making an insult to Wisconsin. He was like, Wisconsin's small.
Oh, hold on.
No, Wisconsin is sizable. It's quite a large state in the Midwest.
You can say, like, oh, you've got a brain the size of Texas. That's like, oh, the size of the biggest state. Or at least I think that is. Wisconsin is a much more specific, like, thing to say. I mean, it's got a good ring to it, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you've got an okay sized brain. You're like one of the medium. You've got a brain the size of, like, Michigan.
It's no Montana. It's no.
It's not. It's sorry, man. Like, yeah.
But we get Hank talking about his drug bust.
Oh yeah, he's immediately right after the toast. He's like, oh, I love you, man. I love you, man. We got to switch over to channel 3. We got to watch me on the TV. I'm like, damn, Hank. Okay.
Yeah, Hank's showing off his news singing.
Yeah, his drug bust.
And then he says, and then Waltz kind of gets,
he's like, how
drugs.
much money do you guys make?
How much?
Everybody completely does not suspect him at all, which I love.
I love it, yeah. I mean, why would you? We've seen how pathetic he fucking is.
Fucking harmless dude.
What I think is funny about so like we get a reveal of Hank's love for Shania Twain, and that comes back several times throughout the series. That. He says something about Shania Twain, about how much he loves Shania Twain, and that comes back so many times, and I think it's so funny how fixated Hank is on Shania Twain. And it comes up, in scenes where, in like conversations where, like, why would you bring her up?
I don't remember this at all. I don't remember him ever mentioning Shania Twain. You're fucking with my brain right now, because I'm picturing, like, do you remember that scene where he goes into to bust Jesse, and before he kicks down the door, he's like, he stares directly into the camera, he says, "Let's go, girls."
No, there's a part where he's like in season 2, I think, and he's like, "Hey Marie, I'd pick you up and leave you at the curb and pick up Shania Twain," or something. He says it again later. And I just think it's so funny how much he loves Shania Twain, that he'll bring her up at any point, any conversation. So he's like, how can I work Shania Twain into the conversation?
I just gotta constantly mention to my wife how much hotter Shania Twain is than her.
But he brings her up, and then when Marie and someone else gets mad at Hank for swearing, he goes, "Spin," and he does this little finger thing. Then we cut to Skylar's birthday hand job.
Oh man, the hand job! I can't believe I didn't write any notes for the hand job, because that was
I didn't either. I just wrote Skylar's birthday hand job in my notes, because the funny thing is, Anna Gunn auditioned with this scene.
That was her audition scene?
That was her audition, and there's footage on YouTube, and it's literally her, like,
giving him a hand job while also, like, asking him about, like, credit cards and when to go out and paint the fence and shit. Like...
Yeah, it's that exact thing, and the funniest thing is, they had someone stand in next to her to pretend to be Walt, and in the background, they're all fucking laughing their heads off at her. And she performs it, like, to the T, exactly the same way she does in the episode, in the audition.
That's wonderful. Anna Gunn is absolute treasure. Like,
yeah,
I can't believe I haven't. She's one of those actors you see in a role and you just think, why the fuck has this person never blown up and has been in, like, movies? That's another conversation about, like, the Skylar White hate, and then the fucking Anna Gunn transvestigation shit. Like,
yeah, we will. Well, on future episodes, we will cover this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, go into that when she starts to get really turning into my bitch wife. You know what I mean?
Manic bitch wife.
We haven't even started with my bitch wife, Skylar. Like, she makes me veggie bacon on my birthday. She gives bad hand jobs.
How fucking dare you?
She's showing a little bit, you know what I mean?
So yeah, I just wrote Skylar's birthday hand job because I think that's how you can sum up that scene.
Yeah, that is. It's... Yeah. What is she doing on the laptop?
She's bidding. She's making a bid on something.
Oh.
I don't know what.
It was so funny when she's like, almost there, and he's like, almost there, and then she's just like, yes! And then they just look down. It's perfect.
Then we get Walt back at the fucking car wash, and he watches some woman, like, in a green dress, like, walk away.
Yeah, what was up with that shot? Because honestly, I didn't write it down, but I did think to myself, like, damn, that bunda's so thick that he fucking died. Like, he just passed the fuck out immediately. He just looks over and he's like, oh, I'm a bit... Damn. And passes out. Dead to the world.
Oh my god. Yeah. So he passes out, goes into the ambulance. He wants to be dropped off on the side of the road because he doesn't have insurance.
He's like, no, just leave me on the side of the road. This is fine.
Yeah, then he is taken to his office and we get the reveal that he has 2 years to live and that he has lung cancer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Stage. But then there's like mustard on the doctor's shirt.
I was thinking about the mustard, yeah. I was distracted by the mustard.
I'm surprised how early in on the episode they tell us this, because I think it really sets off like a clock throughout the entire show.
It does.
It feels like things are counting down the more we go into this into the story.
Every like quiet scene where like nothing's happening, you just get like little moments that remind you that he's dying.
And truly I forget like in the show, and then they do things like that, like how you just described, where you're like, oh shit, time is ticking, bruh.
Yeah, I think because he spends so much time doing like wild shit because he's now like he thinks he's invincible, that every now and again he's like forgot, like he like the show needs to remind us and him that he's like he's got fucking lung cancer.
Then we come back home and Skylar is asking him about the 1588 taken from the MasterCard.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently he's not supposed to do that, and I think this is already
my bitch wife telling me which credit card to use. God damn it.
This is my bitch wife watch. That's like anytime this kind of stuff happens in the show, it's my bitch wife. Like that's the air that comes off of that. Then he goes back to the car wash. I think this is a couple days later or a day later, and he finally quits. I love this scene because it was also the first time we see a character do the classic crotch grab gag. Yeah.
Which
yes, we do.
When he grabs his cock and he goes, "Wipe down this!
Fuck you! And your eyebrows!"
And then he just smashes it up.
I think the iconic line is "fuck you and your eyebrows," but I truly think the comedy is with the hitting of shit off the shelves.
Because it's not that effectual. Like, he hasn't really caused any damage. He's just a 50-year-old man just really angry. And this is the most damage he can do for now.
And then he grabs his scrotum.
His whole cock and balls.
And says, wipe. What does he say?
Wipe down this.
Wipe down this. And then he kind of does this thing with his hand like like a little gesture. And it's beautiful. One of the most iconic scenes in the show, arguably. It's very good. Then we get another iconic shot is when Walt is by the pool, lighting matches and throwing them in. This has been used in many a Tumblr quote post. Many a sad emo Instagram
deeply
post.
Depressed white girl moment.
Yes.
No offense to people with cancer, but like,
no, yeah.
Hi, viewers with cancer. Do you sit by the pool and light matches and throw the matches into the pool? And then later, do you go and clean all the matches out of the pool? Because that's gotta.
I was wondering that too.
That's gotta suck, right? Because they're all going into the filter, or like if there's no filter on, and they're just floating around, making the pool dirty. Or does he not even think about that because his bitch wife cleans the pool? I don't know.
His fucking bitch wife.
My bitch wife. I never.
Also, that pool is dank. Like, it's gross, bruh. Clean your yard. Like, I get you're, like, have cancer. And
I know you're
like,
dying, but, like...
I know you're dying.
I read this book by a guy called Jordan Peterson, and he says you really gotta clean the matches out of your pool if you want to stop being depressed.
Would Walter White be a Jordan Peterson stan?
I feel like he would nearly be, but then he would decide that he's better and more intellectual than Jordan Peterson.
Then we get probably one of the best bits of the episode is the ride along with Hank.
I really like that scene because you're probably going to mention this as well, but Steve instantly like gets something right that Hank gets wrong. She's like, Captain Cook, it's a white boy name. And then even though he thinks he's been proven wrong, he is right, actually.
I just want to say, in the beginning of this scene, justice for Gomi and his sage. Because he's totally right.
It's Sage.
It's fucking Sage.
Is
Hank.
Steve Gomez gay? This is the first step in my theory.
Look, he must have a little in him.
Is
because
we're doing the hand thing.
no straight person looks at that and says, that's Sage. Like, no.
Yeah, after that bust, he went and he had a phone call with his mum, if you know what I mean, like, and told her about it.
Gomi. And then I just wrote justice for Gomi and his Sage because he's fucking right. I looked it up. It was Sage.
Like, I wrote down Sage, and that's all I wrote down.
Then I wrote Hank's casual racism.
Oh yeah, we need to. Hank needs an intervention because the casual racism goes deep with Hank.
Yeah, but I think that the show holds him accountable for it when he goes to El Paso.
Oh yeah, that is a great. Yeah, we will get to that.
And I think that was the best way to do it.
To be
because it don't.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you guys are all. Oh, I'm the asshole.
I think Gomi kind of enables it, but at the same time, I'm
like,
if I were Gomi, I wouldn't want. Exactly.
It's fine. They're both cops, so we don't have to defend them.
Yeah, exactly. True. But you're right. Gomi does say Captain Cook's a white guy name. He is correct. However, nonetheless, Emilio is inside. He gets busted. Walt is in the car, kind of waiting on everything, and we see the introduction to Jesse Pinkman climbing out.
And there's tits.
When he climbs out and the tits. Whose tits are they?
Some MILF.
We see that MILF's tits, and we see Jesse climb out the window, and fall a good story down, and falls backwards on his back.
He falls, like, straight off a roof.
He falls really hard onto, like, concrete.
For, like, the first, like, the next few scenes, Jesse is really concussed. He doesn't know what he's doing.
This is the beginning of Jesse. No, this is the thing. This is the start of Jesse being in constant physical pain.
Oh yeah, this is like the first time we meet Jesse. He gets like beat the fuck up, and then like 2 scenes later he gets beat the fuck up again. He's constantly getting.
He's constantly getting railed on.
I've never noticed that. Like literally the first time we meet Jesse, he just fucking eats shit.
And also when he's like kind of peering around the wall and he kind of locks eyes with Walt, and then Walt instantly recognizes him to be one of his students, Pinkman. Yeah. There's a really odd song that plays in the background. It's kind of like
I can't remember what song it was.
It's like this like kind of flamenco, like funny Mexican guitar type.
Oh yeah,
thing.
it's like a bit sitcom.
It's like a Dora the Explorer theme song. And it's so funny because I think that the music has, in this first season, is really trying to find itself in the style.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's this kind of like dun 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 dun, like
they're like, hey, it's set like near Mexico, right? Okay, just send that off to the editors, and they're like, I think it's in Mexico. Just put some fucking Spanish guitar in there.
Literally, Dave Porter, what happened? Anyway, then we get Jesse drives off and we see his license plate says Captain Cook.
Oh yeah, it says the captain.
The captain, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Which was embarrassing because it was at that point that I realized, oh, I have the same. That's my name on Spotify.
Oh, it is your name on Spotify.
It was Spotify's, and I was like, oh shit, accidentally making people think I'm a fucking Jesse Pinkman Kinney. Also
on his license plate, it also says save. What does it say? I wrote it down. It says save a tree, eat a beaver. It also says that on his license plate. I don't know why. It doesn't really come up, but it says that on his license plate for like a long time.
Just that he has like a funny thing on his license, like just a dumb joke on his license plate.
It's like those like funny quotes from like 2010 where people are like, if the music's too loud, you're too old. Like it's one of those. This
is like one of those quotes that quintessentially ends up like on a Minions meme page on Facebook, and is still circulating. I love that for him.
Then Walt goes to Jesse's place, confronts him,
instantly
and
blackmails him. I also wrote that down.
I literally just wrote Walt blackmails Jesse.
Literally, I've written blackmails Jesse immediately.
Which is kind of good because I remember rewatching this for the first time. I was like, wait, are they gonna have like a heart-to-heart? Like, is this gonna...
No.
It was strictly business.
It was strictly business,
it was like down to it. Which I like the depth of Walt and Jesse's relationship isn't necessarily that clear, but it doesn't matter because Walt has already threatened him by that point, so it's...
Yeah, so there's already a dynamic there.
Exactly. And I think that Jesse being a meth cook instead of just a dealer makes it so much better, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Because then Walt spends so much time kind of refining Jesse's process rather than having to teach him.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
He does teach him.
Yeah.
But, like, I think that dynamic is so much funnier.
That is.
Like, you have been doing this wrong. Like, with the Erlenmeyer...
Yeah, he's like, you're using a volumetric flask. Fucking dipshit. Also, it made me realise, that was obviously, I said earlier, when he's teaching chemistry to the class, I think, he loves science, and you're saying he just wants to show off to people. This scene gave Walt a really good opportunity to explain to Jesse why you shouldn't stick a volumetric flask over an open flame instead of a boiling flask. He doesn't. He just berates Jesse and calls him a dipshit. Like,
he berates Jesse so much throughout the show, and it makes me so sad.
He's just like, you fucking idiot, and he's like, he never explains why you can't use a volumetric flask. It's because it's too thin and it might shatter.
Just say anything instead of just saying, "You fucking idiot. Did you not learn anything in my class?
Did you not pay attention?" It's like, yeah, you flunked me. Did you forget that you did that? Did you forget that you flunked me in an entire subject? Like, basically wasted, 100 hours of my life.
Then we cut to Marie and Skylar wrapping up. What are they doing? Do you know what they're doing?
They are wrapping up
wrapping up ceramics?
I think they're, selling ceramic art that they've made on eBay or whatever.
They've made them?
One of them's made stuff. Or it's just old stuff that they have. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I was like, is she doing like a junk drive? Like, I don't know.
It's funny to me how vague actually, now I'm thinking about it, everything that Skylar does in this episode is very vague to the audience because it's through the lens of Walt, who doesn't care what his bitch wife's doing.
It's like she's like on a bidding website.
She's doing something on her computer. She's like, I feel like some of the rude dialogue shit going on with oh, Johnny, I have to sell the stuff.
We get more cattiness from Marie and
do.
Skylar. Apparently she was a writer.
Yeah, she's like a writer and she wants to do short stories.
And she had already written a bunch of short stories, which apparently, according to Marie, did not sell very well. I love this scene so much because Marie just fucking
criticizes the fuck out of her.
Full on just jabs at her the entire time, and then has the fucking audacity to be like, I could critique it if you want. And again, Skylar's fucking...
she lets slip, she's like, no, but then she's like, because obviously, we're not at that stage yet. She's like... No,
she does this thing where she looks up and goes, oh, no.
They instantly, they don't want to acknowledge that they are, that fucking, locking horns with each other, so they both just play it off in the most passive-aggressive way possible. I love it.
Yes. And I think that the funniest thing about the Skylar Marie dynamic throughout the entire show is that it doesn't feel overshadowed by Walt's drama. It feels it feels so funny because it exists on its own, and it's just so funny how they're so catty about the stuff, and it feels like I am so invested in the drama between these two sisters. I want to see a death match. This is this.
Does this scene pass the Bechdel test? Because I think it did.
Yes, I think this definitely passes the Bechdel test.
They talk about quite a bit of stuff before they talk about their marriages.
Yeah, the waltz only comes up toward the end when she goes, "Is the sex good?" And then Skylar immediately tries to change the subject.
What's up with the sex? And she's like, Marie.
Waltz goes back to school and steals a bunch of shit, and that's when we get that scene where he's yelling at Jesse about using the wrong equipment. And again, we get like this weird music track in the background. We get kind of this like Rasta beat, like.
Well, it's because they told the editors Jesse's like into drugs, man. He's immediately expecting Jesse to do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, one, I'm blackmailing you and doing this. I assume that drug dealing is easy and that this will all be a piece of piss. At first he's like, oh, we're gonna cook at your house, right? And Jesse's like, fuck no. Are we gonna cook at your house? And he's like, I'm like, because he suddenly experiences, wait, we both don't want to cook meth in our own homes. That's crazy. Is he like a person?
Walt is a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking...
Like, his empathy levels are just so low. And I get it's because he's a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
But he's an empath.
Is he an empath?
Walter White is nice to his wife. Walter White, an empath.
Walter White is such a wonderful empath. I can't wait to see his next documentary.
One of the strengths of this show is really showing how Walt's argument of I did it for the family is null in the first episode.
How quickly it falls apart.
Yeah, immediately. And you can still say he does it when he gets to his goal, but really we know from the beginning that he's doing it to prove something of himself.
Yeah.
And the way he immediately switches whenever he's talking to Jesse, he becomes like he's like an abusive dad. He like enacts all his frustrations onto Jesse. And he just demeans him at every turn.
It's something he's been like repressing.
Yeah.
With his regular family.
Absolutely. Like immediately that comes out. And the funny thing is Jesse was an ex-student. So I wonder, because obviously we know Walt doesn't treat his students that way. It's very specific to Jesse. And I wonder what quality of Jesse brings that out in him. Because Jesse doesn't really challenge that. Like he'll give you the occasional like, fuck you, dude, like you suck. But he'll still like do it. He'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. I didn't do this. They suggest getting an RV, the iconic RV.
Yeah.
And Walt gives him a certain amount of money.
7K.
And then we get the 7K, yeah. And then we get the iconic scene where Jesse's like, oh, you're straight edged fucking, what does he say?
He's like, this would be better to try and quote off the fucking dome, but he's like, fucking straight, yeah, like...
straight,
boring cis white male like you, and he's like, stick up your ass, you turn like 60, and you're just gonna break bad.
And he's like, 50.
He's like, I'm 50, man. I'm actually 50.
Fun enough, that was Aaron Paul's audition. That scene.
That's a good audition scene. I like that they've. It sounds like they auditioned everyone using like the more kind of quiet, mundane scenes instead of the really exciting, crazy ones.
Which I think is the smart move, because you still need to make the mundane scenes captivating.
Yeah, because it's figured out the most like interesting performers, which is why the cast is so good, I think.
Do we know the definition of what it is to break bad?
No.
I always thought to break bad was to like get involved in crime.
Yeah,
like very specifically, which is kind of true. The definition of to break bad is to go out on your own and go against the grain. That's like to break bad.
That's what it means.
Is to like do something totally out there and against what people's expectations are of you. That's like the definition.
So he would have been breaking bad even if instead of cooking meth he just decided to start a drag career.
Oh my god.
Honey, what are you, like 60 and you're just gonna break bad?
He could still go by Heisenberg in
Say my name.
Say my name.
Say my name, slut. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right. Sips a cocktail.
Just the like.
Oh, my hands are so sweaty. I can't click my fingers.
No, he doesn't click his fingers. He does like the mouth, like like that thing, you know?
Ooh, yeah.
So that is what to break bad means. And the funny thing, we know that in a future episode that what Jesse really did was that he took the money and he spent it on himself, and he went to like a strip club.
Yeah. I like that. I love that scene. He spent literally all of it.
No, he still had a little bit left. Because
he spent most of it.
I remember because his friend, whose name we remember, because his name is
Combo.
I really can't remember what his... Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
him. He's the one that sells Jesse the RV after he spent like a lot of Walt's money on hookers and not hookers, strippers, right? On exotic dancers,
strippers, drugs, expensive champagne.
Yes. Then
amazing.
Walt Jr. This is such a weird scene, but I'm so glad that they included it in this episode. We're almost done with the episode. Walt Jr. is buying new jeans.
Oh, that scene was pretty brutal as well.
So then he's trying on jeans, and he needs his dad's help because of his condition. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
And then they're looking at the jeans, and so I'm like, are they high schoolers? They seem really old. They're like in their 30s.
I don't know. It's impossible to tell. It's impossible to pin down with this show because every fucking teenager is cast by a fucking 25-year-old adult. Like,
yeah. So then they're making fun of him, and they're like, you need mommy.
Come and get me. God, it is honestly like borderline unwatchable. How like
bullies,
how awful they are, and like how like Junior's. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. And
his parents are just like stood there.
And then we get a bit of like Skylar being like, I'm gonna do it. And then Walt has this my bitch wife moment. He's like, no. And then he walks out. For a second I was like, where the fuck is he going? He walks out the back door and he circles around.
Yeah, when he walks out the back door, the look on their faces is so fucking like shit. Like they do think he's just fucking like pussied out and gone to hide from these guys bullying his son.
But why does he bother doing that, like walking around? Why doesn't he just walk? Does he want to catch him by surprise, maybe?
Yeah, I think he just wants to get the jump on them.
Oh, okay. Because I always wondered like why he was so dramatic. Walter White is such a drama queen.
He is a total fucking drama. He's honestly is like goes off behind he's like some Phantom of the Opera shit. He like goes off stage left so that he can he like goes back, he suspends himself on wires and he flies in on fucking wires to kick this guy in the face.
Oh, I love it.
And stares him down like an angry little dog.
Then Walt attacks one of them and stands on his leg and then goes, What does he say? He's like, how does it feel not having legs? Or what does he fucking say?
Iconic quote. No, I think he's like, oh, what's wrong? You can't move?
Yeah, something he's like you can't use your legs?
Are you having some trouble moving?
Yeah, something like that. And then the guy just stands up and he's so fucking tall.
He's way taller than
fucking Bryan Cranston is 5'8", bruh.
Oh,
that's like a little taller than I am.
Another like very important part of his like Joker journey.
Oh yeah,
it's
just him looking up, and then the dude's like. After that scene in the jean store, we cut to the desert. Jesse and Walt have their Jesse and Walt have their RV, and they are cooking up a storm.
First meth making musical sequence.
It was one of my Gang FM ones.
Gang FM is a collaborative playlist that we have with our mates, by the way.
It's very, very banging indeed. And then, so they start cooking. Jesse pulls out a camcorder and vlogs.
He films Walt's ass, and I when I was watching that, I was like, I completely forgot that this happened, where he's like, look at this fucking homo, and it's like, shake your ass, man.
No, this is the start of Jesse's internalized homophobia.
Yeah, this is the start of the first time we see it. Actually, no, wait, he's when they're getting equipment out of the boot, he's like,
you're the second gayest person.
I'm not gonna dress like a fucking, you can beep it out, but
yeah, he fully says that, and then he says like, if I wear that, I'll be the second gayest person, or what is it? I forgot what it's.
No, he was like, oh man, you just look like the man. Hey, you're looking pretty good. You only look like the second biggest homo in America or something.
Who's the first?
And then proceeds, him, Jesse.
Oh, right, okay. Right. Also, unfortunately, this homophobia does not end. He continues throughout the whole show, even in the last episode.
He never kicks it, which I think makes him believable. Because he is a dipshit asshole. Like, there's no denying that.
So they cook and they make the first batch of glass, and Jesse really likes it. And then Jesse has kind of like an existential artist moment. He's like, "This is art, bro. Like, you're an artist. You're the fucking Iron Chef, bro." And then Walt's like, it's just a standard chemistry."
Oh yeah, fucking. It's just it's just standard chemistry. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. So then he takes a bit and he goes and we meet crazy motherfucking 8, bruh.
We meet Crazy 8, who is like training his new dog to kill cops or something.
Yeah. And there's a giant fucking titty picture. There's a
giant kind of bad titty painting of a topless woman on a motorcycle.
It's the kind that you see like spray paint on the sides of like vans and stuff.
Totally.
With like lit up nipples, like that kind of
yeah, fucking like stoner wizard van kind of aesthetic that I absolutely adore.
So he's training the dog, who is so cute, to attack cops, and then Jesse makes a comment like, "Oh, I make him go for the nuts, bro," and then Crazy just looks at him like, "Who fucking asked? I don't give okay."
Yeah, just fucking like put him in his place immediately without even fucking saying anything. Jesse really eats shit emotionally in this scene because like after just being like
berated,
embarrassed and emasculated and fucking like just clearly like he thinks that he's on the same level as Crazy 8, but Crazy 8 would kill him given the chance at any time. And then he's like, oh shit, that just reminded me. He's like, apparently someone fucking snitched on us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And at the stakeout, I've never looked into this, but at the stakeout they say that there was an they said there was an informant.
Yeah, do you remember who the informant is?
Is it Jesse?
No, the informant is Crazy 8.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Hank reveals that. Hank reveals that later in season 1. And the funny thing is, in that scene, he accuses Jesse of being the informant.
He accuses Jesse, and then Jesse's like, "Oh, Emilio's chatting shit. If he wasn't in prison right now, I'd fucking tell him, give him what for."
And then
Emilio comes downstairs immediately. What an embarrassing fucking scene for Jesse. I'm so sorry, Jesse.
I get a lot of secondhand embarrassment from Jesse, actually. He truly...
instantly out of his depth.
He's constantly out of his depth. Constantly. Yeah. Even when he like thinks he's like a fucking kingpin, it's like so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's a really funny thing that I've never thought about before, is that Jesse thinks that he's a fucking like Eminem, I'm the drug god, you know, like.
Then they pick up Jesse and they say, "Who made this? Take us to who made it." And Jesse drives them out to the desert.
Oh, he has a very good like middle-aged white man scene where he's like,
"What does he say?
Cooked this shit, man?" And he's like, I certainly did.
I certainly did.
It's just basic chemistry.
It's
standard
chemistry.
Formula. Yeah,
I love it. Then Jesse, this is the thing. You know when Jesse says, "Run, Mr. White, run!" We get like a little run, Forrest, run moment, and there's no music. It's like dead silent. And for some reason, it's so scary.
It is a really scary scene because you think, like, is he going to get away?
Yeah.
And then quite realistically, he does not. Like, they immediately get caught.
You know when he kind of punches Jesse and Jesse falls and hits his head on the rock, and then he goes, "We should kill them right now." That's when he was supposed to die, when he's holding the gun. And then you know the scene where Emilio was like tying Jesse up with tape? Mm. That was how they like brought him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then he goes, show me how you make it, whatever. And so they tie up Jesse and leave him on the ground. And then Crazy 8 and Emilio,
as if he were dead.
Emilio ties up Jesse, and then he kind of really kicks him like super hard in the face. And Jesse just goes, "Ugh."
Can you do that one more time for the camera, please? Right in the camera.
Like the most fucking like least enthusiastic response.
I guess he's probably already unconscious.
Yeah, true, but it was
But
just
still,
so
like,
weird.
it's a... I didn't notice that. There's some funny little bit of sound design. You just kick a man in the head and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. So then Walt brings him into the van, into the RV, and he starts to cook something, but it wasn't meth, it was something else, which I forgot.
He tricks them. He uses a cool science trick. He throws phosphorus or something in there, makes a toxic gas.
Yes, and then it fills up the van. He runs out and he leans against the door so they can't come out. Then they shoot a bunch into the door, which, have you seen Ozark?
No.
There's one of the characters owns an RV, like lives in an RV, and in it there are the same number of bullet holes as there are in this door because it's like a little.
That's a cute little Easter egg.
A little cheeky little, you know.
Nice.
So then, I just wrote, kills Emilio, puts Crazy 8 out cold. Walt is so sweaty and so naked. Because he takes off his apron because like it catches on fire.
Oh yeah, he uses his apron, his only item of clothing, to try and put out a fire.
Yeah, and, like all the shrubbery catches on fire, and he's like frantically like fanning the flames, and it's just like the most chaotic shit.
Is at this point when it kicks in with what I think is the best song used in this episode. It's called Apocalypse Shit by a 90s Mexican rap metal band called Molotov. Banger.
Yes,
I was just listening to them today to get me in the mood.
Then we're back to the cold open because Walt takes Jesse, puts the gas mask on him.
He drives really fast for like...
He's driving really fast!
And actually, in retrospect, the fact that he was driving really fast for kind of no reason, really. Like, there was a fire.
Yeah.
Could have just moved like a bit away from the... He just like drives like fucking crazy.
Yeah. And then Walt panics and it kind of catches up to where we were before. He's standing in the middle of the road with his green button up and he's holding a gun.
Oh yeah, and then the
pointing.
camera comes out of the gun.
Yeah, very, very stylish, very nice.
That shot did age a little bit, but not bad on the whole. It's only
not
one
bad.
shot that was like, oh really? Out of the gun?
Then Walt tries to shoot himself.
Then he tries
because
to fucking kill himself.
Yeah, he hears all the sirens coming and he thinks that they're coming for him. I don't know why. I guess he's just panicking, like he's in the moment.
He is panicking, yeah.
And then he puts the gun in his mouth and he pulls the trigger, but he forgot that he didn't take off the safety.
I think he doesn't know how to use a gun. I'm not entirely sure what happens if it jams or something, but immediately
he forgot to take the safety off, I'm pretty sure.
And then he immediately shoots out the last bullet by mistake, and it's like, fuck, and like pisses himself again.
I love just Walter White in constant fear and shock. Like, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that when we get into the later seasons again, because he.
Then the fire brigade all come zooming past him to put out the fire.
Firemen, and he's just like stood there in his pants like it's very normal.
Yeah, and then I wrote I didn't write this down, but I meant to say like Walt's not having none of the trucks pull over and be like, what the hell, is peak white privilege. the fact that this white middle-aged man can stand half naked in the middle of the road, like with a stance, you know, like a full stance, and no one asks questions.
I think he pulled like that. He pulled his fucking ace in the hole of like middle-aged white man vibes, where he was able to stand very casually with no fucking nothing apart from his pants and his shirt, next to an RV that was clearly crashed in a ditch, and like fucking billowing smoke, and they're just like, well, we're off to a fire, but like, okay, like. They have to get that out of the ditch. I don't think we see them get the RV out of the ditch, but the fact that none of them are like, maybe we should help.
Because remember they hire that like Native American man.
Oh yeah, that guy helps them out.
Was he Native American?
Yeah,
I thought he was. He might be Mexican.
There was an indigenous guy who was going past and helping them out.
Then Jesse wakes up and his face looks fucked up. Like
he gets up, he throws
his eyes
up,
like bulging.
His eye is gone. He goes up and he's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, he's just like, "Yo, what happened?" And his eyes like,
yeah,
like...
he's already like swollen to shit.
I don't think I'd be able to walk if I had that happen to me. I wouldn't. Oh my god. And then you're right. Walt throws up. Then it cuts to Walt's like literally cleaning the money in a
oh yeah.
in a
He's literally laundering money.
Yeah, and Ozark references this shot as well in the pilot episode. There's that episode where Jason Bateman's character is like literally cleaning money, and it's the same shot. Like Ozark was really similar to Breaking Bad, actually. But
it's quite funny to hear. I don't know that much about Ozark, but to hear that it was made by Breaking Bad fans.
No, you can tell it's made by Breaking Bad fans.
That sounds like it tracks.
Then Walt quite literally he goes home and quite literally gets off on all this. Oh yeah, crazy.
Yes, this is my last note. Murder makes me horny. Murder makes me horny, Skylar.
And he and Skylar have very, very they have sex.
Yeah, kind of weird vibe sex, but
yeah. And Skylar says the line, "Walt, is
that you?" Murder makes your dick bigger is what I'm learning.
Murder is nature's Viagra.
He took a life today, and he's feeling more alive than he ever has. And when you take a life, you gain their inches. I
just think it's such an interesting way. It's very like, not interesting. It's a very like, this episode couldn't have ended any other way. Like it's they needed to make it clear that he literally gets off on this. He gets off on this kind of rush, and he starts to have sex with Skylar. She says the line, "Walt, is that you?"
Cut to credits.
Then it cuts to credits, but you still hear Anna Gunn's moans in the background.
Oh no, you do, don't you?
And man. That is the end of the pilot episode of Vince Gilligan's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Great pilot. Long pilot. It's
long pilot, but like, I watched it last night at like 11:30, and I was like, I'll watch the first half and then watch the second half in the morning. I just watched the whole thing. Had to. Banging.
Dom, what is your... Do you want to do the worst part, best part, or best part, worst?
I think worst part, best part is...
Alright. What's your worst part of the pilot episode of Breaking Bad?
Now I've got to think about what the worst part is, and it's difficult, isn't it?
It's difficult because you have to be kind of nitpicky with something you like.
I'm not a big fan of making fun of Bogdan's eyebrows. Just saying.
He's doing the best he can.
Like, I get it. He's kind of an asshole boss, but why? Come on, don't bring his appearance into it. I know it's like the heat of the moment, Walt, but fuck you and your cancer.
Fuck you and your cancer.
Operate on this.
What is your best part of the episode?
What was your worst part?
The easy thing would be to say, like, all the racism and homophobia, but, like, it serves the plot, you know? So I can't really say that's, like, a bad worst part. Probably, like...
Yeah, I suppose that does age it a little bit.
Yeah. But it feels necessary to these characters. Like, this is... And the show holds them accountable later, so I'm letting it slide.
I guess they are assholes, but it would have been nice if, like, there were less slurs.
I think my least favorite part is... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yep, I think I'll just say the slurs, because even though I know that they're necessary to an extent, they're not nice.
You've kind of showed me up though. I was like, oh, we can't just make fun of a guy's eyebrows, and you're like, the use of slurs was kind of bad too, and I was like, oh yeah, the slurs. My answer was also the slurs.
What was your best? What was your best part?
Shit. Honestly, I think I just really fucking like the this is gonna make me sound like a bit of a little simp for Walter White, but I did really like that bit where he's showing Emilio and Crazy Eight his method, and he's kind of like he's trying to figure out how much they know about chemistry as he's planning to like blow some shit up in their faces and gas them to death. And he's like shitting himself, and one of them's pointing a gun at him, and he's like, he's like, hurry up, man. And he's like, okay, he doesn't know what I'm doing. And it's really tense, and it's really fucking like chef's kiss, man.
Beautiful. It really is. So good.
Really great tension.
My best part, I know this is kind of lame compared to that, but my best part is honestly when probably
they use the slurs.
Yeah, I love those scenes. It's probably when Walt walks into his surprise party and just looks terrified. Like I don't, and like he has true horror on his face. Like he
like honestly panics.
like and it's the funniest shit. I laugh every time I see it. It's because he's so fucking caught off guard. Like it's not just like a party. He looks like I'm about to die. Like that's the reaction that he's giving, and I love it.
He's honestly like totally blindsided.
I love it. Very good. This is a great episode. I had so much fun.
I really did. Like, it's flown by.
My face hurts from smiling so much. You ever get that? Oh my god, very good.
Yeah.
Should I wrap up?
I think we're gonna have to, because now I've got food and shit. I really wanted to like back to back this and
we can do that another time though.
Yeah, we got to do
next week.
Another time. Yeah.
But thank you for listening to our podcast about the first episode of Breaking Bad. Our next one is going to be covering the first episode of Better Call Saul, and we're kind of going to interchange episode by episode so that we can cover both timelines effectively.
Yeah.
But I had so much fun, and I can't wait to record again. Thank you for listening to our podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a review and check out our social media, because I have set us up in Instagram.
I was gonna say I don't have anything to plug, but check out Dell's podcast.
But we'll see you next time, everyone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye bye.